Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that challenges many common beliefs men have been taught. Why men should exercise caution when it comes to trusting women, and what essential truths there are about female nature. At first, this may sound controversial or harsh, but the reality is far too many men go through life unaware of how female behavior truly operates, which often costs them confidence, resources, and sometimes even their life direction. This video isn't about promoting hatred toward women. Instead, it's about empowering men to see clearly through misconceptions and protect themselves through awareness. When we say, "Don't blindly trust women," we're not labeling all women as malicious. What we're highlighting is the danger of entering relationships without clear standards, discernment, or boundaries, a path that almost guarantees betrayal and disappointment. Most men grow up being taught to give women the benefit of the doubt, to elevate them on a pedestal, and to believe in the myth that love conquers all. Yet time and again, real-world experiences like high divorce rates, infidelity, and financial ruin prove otherwise. These patterns aren't coincidences. They reveal how female nature operates when its dynamics go unchecked. Understanding female nature is crucial. Women are naturally emotional, adaptable, and hypergamous. This isn't bad, it's human. However, if you don't grasp that women will continually test limits, seek the strongest partner available, and act in their current self-interest, you risk misunderstanding their behavior. Loyalty is often conditional, and comfort is rarely permanent. Today, I'll explain why blind trust is risky and what you must understand about female nature to navigate relationships with clarity, confidence, and control. First, the myth of unconditional love. From a young age, men are sold the idea that women will love them unconditionally if they are good, kind, and giving. Movies, songs, and even family narratives promote the fantasy that true love endures all hardships. In reality, men who believe this often get blindsided when their sacrifices aren't reciprocated when a woman chooses someone perceived as a better option. The truth is, women's love is conditional. They love based on factors important to them: your strength, confidence, ability to provide stability, and leadership. A promise of love forever often really means, "I'll love you as long as you remain a man I respect." Losing those qualities means that love can disappear not as cruelty, but as nature. Even maternal love has conditions. If a child endangers or disrespects their mother, her feelings shift. So why expect romantic love to be any different? Men are often loyal to a fault, enduring hardships to protect the bond, while women's instincts prioritize survival, security, and growth. Hence, loss of job, health, or confidence in a man can trigger a woman's departure. Love is more like a renewable lease than a permanent contract. Recognizing this helps men focus on becoming the type of person who inspires respect and loyalty naturally, rather than clinging desperately to illusions of unconditional love. Next, why women test men. Even when things seem good, women will throw test arguments, mood swings, or silence, not out of malice, but as a way to measure your strength and stability. Tests are usually unconscious, but they serve to confirm if you truly embody the qualities they seek: confidence, resilience, and calm under pressure. Think of it like test driving a car. You want to see how it handles before committing. If you react with insecurity or anger, you fail. Passing these ongoing tests is about being consistent and unshaken, not about pleasing or begging for approval. The man who remains composed earns trust and admiration, while the one constantly failing becomes a project, losing respect and attraction. Then, the reality of hypergamy. Hypergamy, women's instinct to seek the best possible mate, is deeply rooted in biology and history. Women are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate strength, status, confidence, and leadership. This isn't a betrayal, but a survival mechanism ensuring protection and provision. Stories of women leaving men who lose ambition or resources are common because attraction decreases as perceived value declines. Conversely, men who grow in confidence and status attract more options. Instead of resenting hypergamy, wise men use it as motivation to constantly improve and lead. Women don't want to be a man's entire world. They want to join a man who already has purpose and direction. The distinction between trust and blind faith is vital. Blind faith, trusting without evidence or ignoring red flags, is dangerous and often leads to heartbreak. True trust is earned through consistent actions aligned with words over time. Men who give blind faith appear naive and lose respect because they deny reality. The strong man establishes boundaries, observes behavior, and builds relationships rooted in accountability. Women respect men who are cautious and realistic because it shows strength and leadership. Like a king tests his advisors before trusting, men must earn trust, not give it blindly. Women naturally respond to strength, but not just physical power. Strength includes emotional, mental, and social composure. Controlled strength, calm authority, and leadership ignite biological attraction through signals of stability and protection. Women's bodies respond with bonding hormones when they feel safe with a man's strength and confidence. Weakness and instability trigger stress and reduce attraction. Strength balanced with composure earns lasting respect and desire. Women test men repeatedly to confirm this strength, and men who respond with calm maintain attraction and connection. Pedestalizing women is a silent destroyer. Society teaches men to worship women unconditionally, but this dynamic flip attraction. When a man places a woman above himself, she sees him as beneath, and desire fades. Women want respect, partnership, and leadership, not to be put on a throne, but to be chosen by a man confident in himself. Men who pedestalize lose power, become overly accommodating, and lose respect. Women respect men who see them as valuable equals, but maintain their own purpose and boundaries. Finally, for those in relationships, developing awareness, confidence, and control is crucial. Awareness means seeing the relationship clearly, noting tests, disrespect, or withdrawal, and addressing issues firmly. Confidence is stability from within, not dependent on a partner's affection. Control is emotional discipline, responding without desperation or anger, enforcing boundaries calmly. Men who master these traits create relationships founded on respect rather than neediness. Such relationships foster deeper love, security, and pride. In conclusion, understanding women isn't about fear or hatred, it's about clarity. When you drop illusions of unconditional love, recognize tests, accept hypergamy, and refuse to pedestalize, you gain freedom. Your strength lies in awareness, confidence, and control. Women respect men who lead with purpose, not desperation. Apply these truths, open your eyes, and stop living in fantasy. Remember, she needs your strength far more than you need her approval. That is the foundation of true masculine power.